It's Thursday, so you know what that means. Biz Besties.
We're your hosts. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're two ambitious entrepreneurs, coaches, and mentors for women who want to operate their business like it's a business. We're always going to tell you how it really is and deliver you mind-blowing conversations about mindset, manifestation, growing a seven-figure company, and how to live a really big life.
We're lovers of personal development, human design, reading, traveling, and women making money. So turn up the volume, pour your coffee, and let's imagine we're all together sitting around, uplifting one another through powerful conversations.
Be sure to subscribe and tune in every Thursday.
Hello, it's your two Biz Besties, Nicole and Kayla.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Okay, we've got a fun quickie for everyone today. I love that. I love when Lori and Lindsay get together and they do a quickie. Okay, fun quickie. And before we get into it, what are you grateful for today?
Today, I'm grateful for my trainer, Josh, at the gym. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We had a great workout this morning, and I was like, can we make this the summer of getting a great butt? And he was like, yes, we can. And so we did 10 sets of squats at the end of my normal workout. And then I told him, I'm done with fucking around with my push-up goal of trying to get to 25 in 3 months from now. I'm doing it this month. And so we did some push-ups too. And he critiqued my form, which was great. And I did 35 push-ups and 10
Woo!
sets of 10 squats and my pull-up workout. And he was just, I think he knows now, like he was nice to me before, and now he's okay, we're going hard. So I'm really excited.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. What are you grateful for?
Okay, you know how I love all things smells and scents?
Yes, we both do. It's our human design.
Yes. Uh-huh. So post She Leads, I got this Valiant Ember candle. I bought a few different flavors or scents, but this one is jam.
Yes. That's
Oh
what I
my
have
God.
right now.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's Fruit Loops. But that's not the only scent I walked away from She Leads with.
Oh,
Robin and Monica gave us some gifts, and I've got this mint lighten up essential oil, grapefruit, eucalyptus, and lime. I haven't even been putting it into the diffuser. I've been sitting there going like this. Like, do I pour it down my
next step,
nostrils? I don't
eating
even
it.
know. It's so good. And so I'm just sitting here and I'm like, oh my gosh, everything smells so good. And I love it.
Ooh, I have another shout out to make right now.
Okay.
Okay, so this is going live on Thursday, May 8th. Thursday, May 8th, my friend Julia, who, if you're listening and you're an old friend of My Aligned Purpose and you've been to a few retreats with Julia, she's having her first baby today. By the time you listen to this, I think the baby will be out.
Wow.
I know, we're so excited. So
Oh,
that's
that's
happening
so
May
exciting.
8th. Yay, welcome to the world, baby.
Okay, that's fun. All right. Our quickie is about money. It's about sales. It's about how to have some reframe. We're going to actually, Kayla and I decided that we're going to do some live journaling with you. So if you're listening to this episode, you can listen and obviously like verbally respond to the prompts that we're going to ask you. But it would also be really great if you said, okay, I'm going to go back and re listen to this and get out
Yeah.
my journal and pause after each question. These questions are intended to get you not just thinking differently, but believing different things. And we all know there's so much scientific proof behind it that you can change your belief system and your whole entire life is a program that's running off of what you believe. So if what you're seeing every day to day in your reality is not a reflection of what you would like to be seeing, you can start by changing your thoughts, which change your beliefs, and then it changes everything.
Mhm. Bob Proctor always talks about changing your paradigm. I think he was one of the first people to bring up the word paradigm in the context of mindset. And he always says, and I make, okay, Bob Proctor impression, shout out to anyone who loves this. He says, you can set your clock by people's habits. You know how he says that? And whenever I wake up in the morning, I turn the kettle on, I'm making the coffee. I'm like, look at me setting my clock by my habits. We also want to be setting our clock by our habits that create a thriving business, creating a thriving lifestyle, exactly what you want. So that's what we're going to talk about, changing the way that you think so that you can change your outcomes.
Yeah. Okay. So, our first question for you is if you knew that more money was on its way to you today, what would you do differently?
Yeah.
What would you do differently if you knew more money was on its way to you today?
I think I would book a trip for the fall if I knew more money was on its way to me today. I have all these big house things I want to spend money on. We're getting a new deck, we're fixing the chimney, it's our first year in our new house. And so we're getting all the maintenance stuff done. But if I knew, believed more and more money was on its way, more than I could predict, I think I would just book a trip. So maybe I should do that. I'm
Hmm.
writing it down. That's my journal prompt.
Okay.
What
Amazing. I
about
love it.
you?
I feel like I've been talking about this for years and I don't know why I've not been activating on it,
What
but
is
I
it?
feel like I would book myself into some sort of like yoga meditation retreat. Like
Oh,
where
okay.
I'm fully taken care of. I go, they make the smoothies, we meditate in the morning, we do yoga, there's sharing circles, and I'm not the person running it or creating it, but I sign up and go to it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Okay, let's commit to booking. I want to do a family trip. You want to do your yoga meditation retreat. We'll look into it.
Okay, I love that.
Okay.
Okay, so just to reiterate the question for everyone listening, if you knew, if you believed more and more money was on its way to you now, what would you do differently today? Question one. What's the next question you got for us, Kayla?
What if this moment was calling me to lead at a higher level? The context is you're not at the mercy of this economy, you're the creator of your economy. So let's say right now things feel a certain way in the general vibe. And what if this moment, the general vibe moment, was calling you to lead at a higher level? What would stepping into your higher level of leadership look like? Self leadership, business leadership. What does that look like?
Yeah, and I know for us, it the way that we know that we can lead at a higher level is by being led at a higher level and committing to our mastermind, but also knowing that we get to ask for and receive more and more support. And so,
Mhm.
actually, the day that this airs, we have a one-to-one call with a mentor that we really look up to. And we were like, hey, we're going to we're going to treat ourselves to this experience, to this time with him and see what he has to say. That is us leading at a higher level. Yeah, we could have saved that money or done something else with it, but we're really trusting that the more we invest in our leadership and leveling up, the better it allows us to become better leaders.
Okay, next up. Where does it feel expensive because it's unfamiliar, not because it's actually out of reach? So, is there something that you want that you are manifesting, a person, place, experience, or thing that you're manifesting that feels expensive because it's unfamiliar? It's more than you've ever spent on that thing before, but not because it's actually out of reach. Yeah. We've had a few of these in the last couple of years where things, especially I'll just speak for myself, have felt like, wow. And I actually, housing, both of us have had moments of, should I really spend that much money on monthly housing costs?
Yeah.
And by doing it, following the intuition, making our space beautiful where we want to live, making the investment, we have learned that you just adjust to that level of spending and you can make more money. Where does it feel expensive because it's unfamiliar? I previously, before this house, had never spent $5,000 a month on housing, and that's what my mortgage payment is. And that felt so unfamiliar and uncomfortable, and it felt expensive. But actually, we had the cash flow to do it. I'd never spent that before. So it
Hmm.
felt uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that so much. Jeff and I will have been here for a year in this house in James Bay next month. And moving here was an extra thousand more than what we were paying.
I
And then
remember.
right after that, or right, no, before we moved here, we went and got a brand new vehicle, and that's a monthly payment extra than what we had. And it's just like you add these extra costs to your life, and then you rise to the occasion and get it done. You
Yeah.
you work and you earn, and that's the benefit to being your own boss, is that you get to just earn more money.
I heard Amanda Francis saying that she invests 50,000 a month, $50,000 a month. And regardless of what happens, that's her vibration, $50,000 invested a month. And that really expanded what's possible for me. The first time I was doing someone's bookkeeping and she was a coach and she had $50,000 in her bank account, I sat there and visualized that being my bank account with $50,000 in it. And then it came true within a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard Amanda Francis say, I invest 50,000 a month. And I thought, oh, this is my new example manifesting moment. And I want to share it here in case it inspires anyone. It's possible to investing $50,000 a month. That's 600,000 a year. That's an incredible amount of money to be compounding and making you more money as you sleep every single year. So that's my new goal.
And as Amanda Francis says, it is hot as fuck to have a fat savings account.
Yeah. Yeah. I love having a fat bank account, a fat investing account. Yes. Okay, next up, what would my future self thank me for doing right now?
Work in this business, asking for sales, encouraging people to level up, and going first.
Oh, yes. Definitely my future self will be thanking me for focusing every day. Actually, today we had an onboarding call with our new accountant that we have decided to work with earlier this year, and it's finally coming to fruition. Our future self is going to thank us for having such clean, automated accounting practices.
Yeah, that was next level, that call. I was like, wow, we are the most organized, serious business owners ever.
I know. It makes me so happy to be so A-type and have someone working with us on our business who feels the same way. Next up is who am I becoming as I move through this season with faith and power?
That's a good one. Who am I becoming as I move through this season with faith and power?
Yeah, it's not just about surviving. It's about who you're becoming. We need to move from survival to growth to flourishing, becoming who you want to be.
We're becoming best-selling authors.
Oh,
That's
yes.
our goal. Now that She Leads is done, we said, all right, all the focus, where you put your focus and attention, it expands, energy expands. And now our focus and attention goes to the fall launch of the book. That's who we're becoming, best-selling authors with
Yeah.
a message that can help so many people around the world.
Yeah, that's the power piece. And the faith piece is that we have faith that we can get it done between now and September 30th. That's our print date.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, before we head out, we want to just offer a couple of like little offers of wisdom bombs or whatever in case you're feeling like things aren't selling right now. And I'm being met with lots of people saying they're cutting back on their spending or their people aren't buying the way that they used to. We want you to have an honest reflection with yourself of, are you really selling? Are you actively selling? Are you showing up? Do all the links work? Does everybody in your sphere know it's for sale? And if you need to make a pivot, can you adjust payment plans? Can you adjust timelines? If your thing is 6 months, maybe you offer people to jump in for 3 months. Can you make little tweaks and pivots to meet people where they're at? And if you're really feeling, I've been trying to sell this thing for over a year, I've been talking about it, I have been selling, I have been marketing, and it's not selling, then it might be time to say, what do you create now? Sometimes you do have to just burn it down and start fresh.
Yeah. We want you to reflect on, are you really selling it?
Yeah.
Are you really working your business? There are some things to think about in terms of, are you really working your business? And then who are you taking your advice from? Actively selling to us means talking about this online. It means launching the offer with a dedicated launch plan, hosting webinars or open houses or workshops or master classes, sending DMs. Think about this checklist and see, have you shared it with everybody you know? Did you create a deadline around it? Do you have some sort of bonus when people sign up at this time? Really, are you selling your thing or are you just giving up on yourself? And if you're like, I could do all those things, but I actually don't like my offer, and it's once in a while that feels like that and you want to shift it, that's one thing. But if you're feeling like every single week you're running into, I'm going to create something new, you're just not going to have traction doing that.
No,
So
you need
work your
momentum.
business. Yeah, you need momentum. Work your business, keep everything consistent. When things have to shift, think about, am I actually doing my best in this area and I do need to shift it, or am I just having a moment?
Yeah. Okay. Enjoy going through these journal prompts. Self reflection, introspective work is one of the most powerful things that you can do to shift your energy, to shift your mindset, to think about things in a different way, to believe things in a different way, and then ultimately to see different results in your life. So, truly sit down and take the time to work through these journal prompts. We'll actually make sure that they're written out in the show notes so that you can grab them there as well.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Have a good week.